In this video, we'll be talking about the brief. So what a brief is basically kind of like a work request, essentially, from a client. They have an idea about something that they want developed. Maybe it's an app, or if it's a website, or some kind of a product. So they'll outline what they need for that particular product. And then out of that, you'll create a project brief that will basically outline all the work that needs to be done and how much it's going to cost for that particular client. So if we take a look here, we have a brief for a mobile app, and there's a description here. So we're going to create an app for EverFit Fitness Center. The app will allow members to sign up for fitness classes like Tabata spin and HIIT training. Members will be able to reserve court time for basketball, volleyball, handball, tennis, and pool time. The membership section will allow members to review membership privileges and to change their membership level. Members can also schedule time to meet with personal trainers and dietitians. There's a workout tracker, which allows members to enter information about their workouts so they can keep track of their progress. And then, so that's kind of like the overall description, and that's what's going to be needed. And there's not a lot of details there other than, the different sections that are required. But then we're talking about a target audience, and usually that's what's called a persona. So if the client has a product that's already existing, for example, this fitness center, maybe they've been in existence for a number of years and they're just updating, or maybe this is the first time they're offering a mobile app to their members. So they might have data already, pre-existing data about who's going to this fitness center, what ages of the people, what type of people are coming there. So off of that information, off of that research, you can build what's called a persona. And a persona will drive important research that you need to do to find out how these people might use the app, right? So here it says that people that are serious about their fitness goals and want a better gym experiences, and their ages range from 18 to 55. So that's the persona part of it. And then from there, one thing that you can ask the client to do is do a little bit of research on what their competitors would be. So here I have a list of competitors, and maybe, there are other fitness locations. So I have like Orange Theory, Planet Fitness, and Best Fitness. So some of them are big, some of them are small, and then examples of their websites. And then you'll tell your client what your deliverables will be. Deliverables are assets that you would deliver to the client when the project is done, or at increments within the project. So the first thing here is wireframes, and wireframes are low fidelity. They could be sketches, they could be very, very rough outlines of what the website or the app could be. And those could be done in application, or that, like I said before, they could be done in Sketch. And then those would be developed into full-blown prototypes, which we can do in Adobe XD. In a prototype would be a feeling for exactly how the app or the website would work. You could actually test it within a browser and see how it operates. And then based on that, there would be user testing to get users involved. Maybe they're actual users, maybe they're actual members of this fitness site. So they'll do some user testing, see how they like to use the app or the website. And then you'll collect feedback from that, go back into your prototype and make some adjustments and changes. There might be a usability report. A usability report would be for people that are disabled or handicapped in some way. Maybe there are visual impairments. There could be other types of impairments. So there are certain guidelines that need to be followed, and those guidelines have to be adhered to, or else there's penalties. There have been several lawsuits against big, high-profile clients because of accessibility issues on their website. So one of them most recently was a pizza company out in California, and they got sued by a disabled user who couldn't access their website, and the fallback for that wasn't acceptable. So they won the court case, and that happens all the time. And then UI assets will have to be developed for the developers. So once we get into a stage where we've got the prototypes, that's not the actual website. That's not the actual app. It then has to be handed over to the developers, develop the full app or the full website. And then you give a cost. In this particular case, depending on all the assets and all the deliverables and everything that's involved, there's a cost here, and that cost could be anything that you determine. You determine this usually from your hourly rate times the number of hours you think that's going to go into this. Sometimes you can ask the client for the money ahead of time, like half of it, or maybe a third of it ahead of time, and then you get paid on the final delivery. And then a timeline or a deadline. There could be a schedule in here with weeks that are all annotated, and it tells the client exactly what you're working on in each week. Here, we're just keeping it simple. There's an October 1st deadline for this app. So, and we can work backwards from that, from the way that you started. So this brief is for the client. It's a good idea and a good exercise for you to go ahead and create a project brief so that the client understands what it is that you're delivering, how much it's going to cost, when everything is due, so that you're all on the same page.